Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian, welcoming you to a new episode of Out of the Park Baseball 18. This might be the best team we've ever fielded. Perhaps you've heard of our new number 3 hitter, one Theodore Ted Williams. I don't know if you know his name was Theodore. It sounds like it would be, though. Ted Williams is a bit of a risk for us because he got hurt and missed most of last season. But if he's even 1% as good, if he's even 80% of his former value, he's going to be amazing. And so the shifts around the rest of our lineup. We've got Lou Boudreau batting second instead of third. Doby will clean up for the first time because his contact has really come through. Sauer will sit fifth after winning the MVP last season and then filling out the roster. We also added a couple of other players to the roster, namely Al Smith. Al Smith is going to be our right-handed hitting is going to be our shortstop against left-handed hitters. Because we noticed a previous episode that Wilson actually has a fairly big platoon split against left-handed pitching. He doesn't handle them as well as he does right-handers. And so maybe this will keep his career longer and give Dark a chance and give Smith a chance to develop in the majors. We did the same thing at first base with Sanders playing against left-handed hitting, or right-handed hitting pitchers, and Dark playing against left-handed hitting. Pitching, we added Fred Hutchinson, our white whale from a season ago, who last season couldn't give us a time of day. Now he's like, oh my god, I want to be part of this team. We also moved Bob Feller to the bullpen, and this one really gave me a lot of hard thinking, because he was so good for so long as a starting pitcher. But I think his weaknesses will be concealed and his strengths severely amplified. He wants to be in the starting rotation, but hopefully making him a closer and the fireman out of the bullpen will really do a number in restoring his confidence. With that being said, I believe it's time to continue. I mean, last season we were amazing. This season we might be even better. Fred Hutchinson actually briefly led the league in hitting. That's pretty great. Of all the players touching to lead the league in hitting, I would never guess it would be one of my pitchers. We're off to a tiny bit of a cold start. But I'm confident it won't stay cold for long. Yeah, this is what he said in free agency, because he got traded to a team he didn't want to be traded to. I know why Curt Flood's not in the Hall of Fame, because he wasn't that great a player. But in terms of what he did for Major League Baseball, I find it nearly impossible to say he doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. That's just me, though. Oh, Larry Doby won a Player of the Week award. Player of the Week? Player of the Week. Good lord. Good lord. Okay, let's play to the end of May. Bob Feller already has 3 saves, now 4. What was really crazy in spring training, he was also leading spring training in whatchamajigger strikeouts too. Okay, a Hank Sauer that hits 400 is incredibly scary. That's wow. Hell no, they got me fired. Oh, Ozzie Guillen, never change. Okay, we're on top of the division. Now we just need to start building a lead. One name I'm not seeing on the leaderboard so far is Ted Williams. But then Larry Doby's hitting well enough for everyone. Boudreau's also actually slipping a little bit too. We'll see what happens. Okay, 2 weeks for Sauer. That's not great. I'm actually not going to put him on the DL, because I don't want to lose him for that long. How long was Feller hurt for? 2 weeks? Oh, it was just day to day. Okay. So we're actually not going to put him on the DL because I don't want to lose him for even one extra day. We'll just go ahead and let Sauer just rest on the bench for 2 weeks. There you go. Doby, Sauer, and Boudreau, the top 3 hitters in WAR, all play for the St. Louis Browns. I would not mind not seeing the Reds again in the World Series. That was scary. There's Ted Williams. He's 9th in home runs. Yeah, we did. Okay. Damn. As a reliever, he was pitcher of the week. Or pitcher of the month. Holy shit. Doby, best hitter of the month? Gil McDougall. I don't really have any rookies that I play enough to really justify it. But damn. He won... Yeah, he won... Yeah, that's crazy. That experiment's working out. Okay. So what's going well and what's not going so well? We're the best lineup in the AL, except for strikeouts and stolen bases. We're one of the best pitching staffs. Defense could be better, but I'm not too bothered by it. Okay, let's look at batting stats. WOBA. Hank Sauer has been insane this season, although he's going to need some time to recover. Then Doby, then Williams, then Boudreau. So we have a Williams that doesn't hit 300, and that might be part of the reason, but notice he's already accumulated more value in part of the season. He is injured, though. That is somewhat concerning. Okay, Sanders is super cold. If Sanders can't pick it up next month, I will bench him for Dark full time. Okay, pitching rate, pitching stats. Hutchinson's pitching really well. Swanson, not so great. Hubert, not so great. Our pitching staff's lagging a bit. My God, Bob Feller. 6 wins already. You're actually walking more people, but it matters less because you're also striking out more. He's already got to be near the all-time lead in strikeouts, right? Not just versus all-time. 2,500 strikeouts has to be pretty damn close to the top already. Because strikeouts weren't really a thing in the early part of Major League Baseball's history. He already leads the league in walks, so that's fun. Yeah, Feller's number 4. And he should definitely surpass Tim Keefe this season. And maybe even Cy Young. Okay, good. Let's just keep going. I see no reason to meddle in what's already been a fairly successful season. Ted Williams being out for 4 weeks is somewhat distressing. Willie Mays is still so raw. He's not putting it together. This is very disturbing to me. We might have a Willie Mays that never develops, which is really scary. But he's just not playing that well. I gotta hope he starts to turn it around, because I was counting on you to be a future center fielder. Okay. Is there any other outfielder? Not really. Calvin Felix, I guess. We can call him up. Alright, so left field will, for the time being, be Chapman. Boudreau will bat 3rd and Chapman will bat 2nd. And Greengrass will back up at second. At center, Eamon in left. we're still a pretty good team, even without Ted Williams. I almost called him Tom Williams. God, what's wrong with me? But we're not great. We're not super elite. And so I'm going to have to hope we just hold on for these few weeks when Williams is out. Because even Williams for 2/3 of the year is better than almost anyone we could pull up apart from that. Sauer will start playing again soon. That'll be good. That's almost not fair. The fella is second in the league and wins, and he's a reliever. Oh, Boudreaux got a 30-game hitting streak. Oh, well. What happened to Nap Lajoie? If anything ever happened with him in our timeline. The Cleveland Indians actually be called the Cleveland Naps solely because of Lajoie. A personal message, which either means we're at the midpoint of the season or someone is bitching. We're not sure when Ted Williams will be back. We're honestly playing well enough that I don't want to rush him back. If we start to slip, then okay. Yeah, if you said, who's could be the best player on your team this year? I would never have guessed Larry Doby would just take over. That's some good stuff. Bob Feller has 15 saves already. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, so it's July. Who is June's #1 hitter? Doby. Pitcher, Swanson. Rookie will be Gravino, whatever. Okay, so we've played 3 months in. Let's take another look at our lineup. Sanders is the worst player on the team. You just lost your job, mate. And then I can always bring Atkins back in. Because here's the thing. Dark doesn't have an extreme platoon split. He's a little better against right-handed pitch. He's a little better against left-handed pitching, but not by much. Actually, he has 0 platoon split. No, he doesn't. He has a little more power against lefties. Yeah. So, screw you, Sanders. You just hit your way out of a permanent starting job. I will actually bat Dark 7th. Other than that, how are things going? Doby's amazing. Boudreaux's amazing. Sauer's amazing. Sears is real good. Wilson is starting to slip a little bit. This is kind of what I've been afraid of the last couple of seasons. We should not expect him to hit 300. But the thing is, his power's starting to disappear. This isn't great. He's a good shortstop, but he's not so good that we can afford to carry him, especially over someone like Smith, if he can't get his power back. Maybe he's just off to a cold start. I wonder if he's just a victim of BABIP. That fickle bitch. Yeah, 268. So, he's still not bad. Pitching, how's it going? Hutchinson, Hubert. Feller's obscene WPA. You found your calling, mate. I get 110 amazing innings instead of 214 subpar innings. And he's totally happy. He is totally happy. Right. Okay, let's continue. McCaskey is actually doing a lot better, too. Good. Sometimes marginal differences, just like benching Sanders there, can make a big difference for your team. 7-0. And we'll get Ted Williams back relatively soon. Okay. Are you totally healthy? You are. All right. Calvin Felix back to AAA. Ted Williams back where he belongs. Boudreaux second. Williams third. Chapman backing up at left and center. Perfect. The thing is, batting Boudreaux second, if anything, gives him more at-bats. Chapman. How did you do? You did pretty crummy. Well, 2,000 hits for Ken Keltner. All right, we're getting trade proposals. No. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put him on the... It's weird to have to keep doing this, but others are just going to keep offering things because they want... Ooh, is that my read? It is my read. Because otherwise they're just going to keep making these marginal offers that don't really help our team. A personal message. Either someone is injured or someone is complaining. Oh, it's midseason. Right. Also make the postseason. Ted Williams is a bit of an improvement in left field. Yeah. You're going to need to get better prospects, and there's not much I can do about that for the moment. Bob Feller made the All-Star team for the first time. Well, Fred Hutchinson made it. Robert Swanson made it. Sears, Doby, Boudreaux, Williams, Sauer. That is pretty sexy. We'll play up to the trading deadline. 17 hit runs. Oh dear. I better give it like a 6-year deal out of this turnaround. I took one of the worst. I took a 500 team, and in 2 consecutive seasons, I've made us amazing just by smart acquisitions of Negro League players. And I can't take all the credit. I mean, Boston letting Ted Williams go was pretty stupid. Although they're still 3rd place. So it wasn't... I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't that bad. Larry Doby is in Triple Crown territory. Just gotta hope he keeps up this average the rest of the season. But yeah, he's in Triple Crown territory. Are you a real trade proposal or are you bullshit? I thought I put him on the untouchable list. I don't want your shitty players. The shit, bro. The shit. I've gotten really good at finding relievers, and I think that's why everyone's knocking on my door. Good at Fred Hutchinson as a Cy Young winner, too. Hank Sauer was amazing. Okay, Edward Kolsky is untouchable. Stop asking about him. I hope Willie Mays has a good year in AAA this year. Or we might actually be getting to the point where trading him for other prospects is actually a smarter decision than keeping him. I didn't know that. I assumed they were always on the first base side. Huh. I'll be damned. Aw, damn it, the Reds are getting hot again. This is actually one of the worst injuries we could have had right now. Because Sears is the only catcher I trust. Mesa's getting worse. Like, he's losing potential. Damn. He's still got good power, but right now, he is not handling AAA. Is he not playing every day? He's not. You know what? I need to step in here. Play him every freaking day. Not frickin' loser Morton here. The hell's wrong with you? That might be why Mays is getting worse. Because he's just not playing. Damn, bro. We need a catcher. So we're going to look at minor league players, and we're going to look at catchers. We've got some good defensive catchers, very few of whom can actually hit. I'm going to call up Sam Miller, because he's really fast, too. Okay. So McNamee will start. Miller will back up. And Miller will be our number one pinch runner, too. Miller. I've taken away a lot of our best pinch hitters, but here. Against righties, Chapman can be a pinch hitter. So can Smith. Al Smith is doing okay in his first full season in the major leagues. He's not doing brilliant, but he's doing okay. And especially if Wilson keeps being cool, that's going to give me another hard decision to make. I mean, it was unrealistic to expect him to ever hit 20 home runs. That was probably insane. But how's Dobie doing in the field, by the way? A little better than average. Okay, cool. Cool. And we've got almost a 20-game lead, and it's only August, so yeah, we're in pretty good. We're in the driver's seat for sure. If we can win 21 games over the next 2 months, we'll have 100 wins. That'd be pretty cool. Swanson is close to the pitching triple crown of ERA, wins, and strikeouts. Boudreaux rips Cleveland for 5 hits. That looks so weird. But hey, I'm down with it. Ooh. That's not great. Erskine. Graham? Maybe Graham. Definitely Graham. Middle relief. And you can be kind of a setup guy too. Okay. I'm going to be pissed at myself if I ruined Willie Mays by not forcing him to be played every day. 2 weeks for Sauer. Again, not enough time to put him on the DL. We can just let Greengrass fill in for a little bit. He's getting a little bit more fragile, too. Which is another reason I want Mays to succeed. Ken Sears can come back. So we'll go and send Miller back to AAA. Call up Sears. It's not really calling him up because it's not like he was in the minors. Sears to McNamee. How did we get Sears again? Do we trade for him? I know he hasn't been an amazing catcher, but he's been really solid for a very long time, actually. He was a second-round draft pick in 1937. As a catcher, he's played 22 years? Oh, he did have a fairly long apprenticeship in the minors, I think, but still. You know, catchers don't grow on trees. Yeah, Larry Doby has just said, screw the rest of the league. I'm the best hitter. Deal with it. Let's see. Doby best bat. Chauncey Scott. Screw you, Chauncey Scott. Okay, Wilson is heating up a little bit, which is good news. Mirkowitz is getting on base. That's his job. Al Smith is having a really good year, despite the fact he's not even playing all that often. Alright, how is Willie Mays now that he's playing every day? He's getting a little better. He may not be 26 before we call him up. Okay, you don't like the manager. You know what? It's so unimportant, but it might be so helpful. I'm going to promote Josh Bingham as manager for Baltimore. Let's see if Willie Mays likes him a little better. I might. I'm very seriously considering trading Willie Mays, which I know seems like heresy, but he's just been so crummy. And if Sauer keeps hitting 30-plus homers a year, it's going to be awful hard for me to, with a straight face, say, yeah, I'm going to bench him. We could break the Cubs. No, we can't really break the Cubs record. I think 116 wins is too much to ask. We'll get 100 for sure, but not 116. There's go. Win number 100. There'll be 14 more games, so yeah, the best we could have was 114. I think it's fair to ask for like 105, but I think that's probably where we'll top out. So there's 154 games in a Major League schedule prior to expansion in the 60s, which I think is when they bumped it up to 162. $102 wins, 104. Oh, it was a doubleheader day. Okay. I was like, how do we get 2 wins in one day? No! You son of a bitch, Ted Williams. Are you kidding me? Of all the times to blow out your freaking hamstring, you do it right before the playoffs. That's not cool, Ted. That's not cool. Where the hell's Willie Mays? Oh, you kicked him down to Double-A? That makes him happy, I guess. You son of a bitch, Ted Williams. Ugh. I am furious right now at Ted Williams for choosing to get injured. I know he didn't choose to get injured. Shut up. So I guess Chapman... And again, we'll just let Chapman bat second. I know this is actually subpar, because Chapman hasn't hit all that well this season, but he still draws walks. And he still hits for power. And so it's not... No, let's actually let Alvin Dark have more of a role. Let's have Dark hit second. God damn it. I hate you so much, Ted Williams. That was... Then again, offense wasn't our problem last World Series, was it? Our problem was the fact that we couldn't pitch. And hopefully Hutchinson can work out that bit. Damn it, Ted. I'm rooting for the Cubs. I think the Cubs would be the easiest team for us to beat. No, maybe not. The Cubs actually have a pretty good pitching staff, too. Maybe I want the Giants. Arden McCaskey. How's Graham been doing? He's been doing okay. Well enough that I'm going to cut Carl Scheib. You gone. And then you're going to be middle relief. And then I'm going to take the setup roll off you and put it on you. And say to go ahead and use McClaskey as much as you want. If I turn you into a reliever, what do you look like? Just out of curiosity. You're instantly one of the best relievers in the game. That's what I figured. Okay. I wonder how much Feller has helped just being in the bullpen. Oh no, Hutchinson, you got 25 wins. That screws Swanson out of... No pitching triple crown for Swanson. Damn it. Still 107 wins. It's hard to argue with that. The season's still not done yet. We could end up with like 110. That would actually be the most wins we could get at this point. We just lost again. Well... Oh, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Of all the people to get freaking injured, we lose Sauer and we lose Williams. You know what? Welcome to the big leagues, Willie Mays. Because I literally have no other center fielder I can remotely trust. To be frank, I don't even know if I can trust you either, but well, I don't have much of a choice, do I? I am going to remove the set game. Well, no, because you're going to be starting center field every day anyway, so. Oh my God, Sauer, really? Really? Of the top 3 hitters in Major League Baseball, 2 of them are on the disabled list. At least we still have Boudreaux. And Doby. Yep, Doby hit the Triple Crown this year. I think it's the first one in our league. No, I think Lou Gehrig got a few Triple Crowns. Oh, we have to finish this game. Sorry. I don't get an achievement for having someone hit the Triple Crown? Oh, until the actual playoffs start, it doesn't count. Okay. Wipe out all the messages, and then we'll send up to the beginning of the playoffs. Because that's officially when the season ends. Because there might be like one more team playing a game or something. The Giants clinch the playoffs. The Giants are actually a fairly decent matchup for us, I think. I better get an achievement for having a Triple Crown hitter. There we go. 6th. Okay. Well, some of those actually might have been like 19th century. No, it was Al Simmons did it twice. Lou Gehrig did it once. Pitching Triple Crown for Pug Gavitt, and then Doby. Cool. He's actually been... Did he just literally have the best season in the history of Major League Baseball? I think he might have. Leaderboards, single season. Larry Doby had the 5th best season in Major League history. That's pretty crazy. That's very crazy. Okay. A playoff roster, I need to make sure that Mays is on it. And I can add Mays because of the injuries to Sauer and Williams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Who else is on the active roster that's not on the playoff roster? Oh, Calvin Felix. Yeah, who cares? And let me make sure Mays plays center field. Of all the times to have to introduce Willie Mays in the middle of the playoffs is not one of the times I would have chosen. Okay, pitching. Hutchinson is going to be the number 1 guy. Okay, playoff coverage. Losing Williams and Sauer down the stretch. I hope it doesn't cripple us. I really hope it doesn't. No, you were not starting Willie Hubert. Stop ignoring me. I know what we need to do. I know how to fix this. And it's super easy, too. Okay, here's what we need to do. Now it'll work. Now it realizes, oh, we pitched the best guy, and then we worry about who's the highest rested. And there we go. So the Giants were the best lineup in the NL, and we still scored almost 200 more runs than they did. And we had the best pitching rotation, too. All right. Let's start with Game 1, which is, as with most series, where it starts. Excellent. Hutchinson delivers a workmanlike performance. McCaskey suffers a little bit, but it doesn't matter. An excellent beginning to the series. A less excellent Oh, they've got Duke Snyder and Gil Hodges. That's unfortunate. Bob Fillers pitched 2 scoreless innings. That's always appreciated. Come on, Swanson. Yeah. Ron Swanson. It's Robert Swanson. Don't make me make it Ron. Willie Mays got a home run. Good for him. That was an ugly win, but we got it. What happened? Reed just kind of pooped the bed. And Feller stepped in, pitched a 2-inning save. Okay. It's elimination time. Can Fred Hutchinson carry us to another glorious World Series crown? Or will Willie Hubert get a chance at redemption? The possibilities. Or the game will just take 20 minutes to sim. There it goes. Larry Doby, Series MVP. And there we go, gentlemen. Another World Series crown for the St. Louis Browns, who, I remind you, won 0 in real life. And this is our 3rd. When you wear Browns on your shirt, you're good at something. Indeed, you do. Well, actually, we're actually going to quickly squeeze in the off-season in this one, too, because I don't expect we'll be very active. I don't think we'll be very active at all. And I want to see who wins the different awards. If Larry Doby doesn't get the MVP, I don't know what the MVP is for. Yeah. We actually did better than the perfect score. Fan loyalty increases. Charles Anderson retires. 4-year deal. Damn right. Okay. Do you have any personnel to hire? We did not. Okay. Cool. Let's check free agency, although I doubt there's anyone we're going to want to sign. Not really. Because the positions we need upgrades at are like catcher. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with this. Yeah, this keeps happening. I think what's happening is the AI is releasing players that are injured at the end of the season. Which reminds me, let me go ahead and put Sowers and Williams back on the roster. Okay. So no one exciting there. Let's take a quick peek. Oh, the Negro Leagues are gone now. Okay. Well, that's fair, I guess. Oh, the real Negro Leagues, actually, that's like the 1960s. They just severely decreased in quality. But, okay. So, yeah, a boring offseason, but we'll still have the draft. I just won't have much to draft. That was an amazing season. Oh, we can review the team. I almost forgot. We always review the team last thing, and I didn't do it this time. So Larry Doby was obviously amazing. Lou Boudreau, almost as good as he was the previous season. Looks like he lost a little bit of his home run power, but he led the league in doubles and hits. Sauer hit 30 home runs again. A very good season despite missing the last half. Willie Mays played in 2 games, so we have no idea what we have in him. Ted Williams, a very nice bounce-back campaign. Definitely worth what we paid for. 26 homers of his own. Almost 40 for Larry Doby. What's the record for home runs in a season in our version of history? Probably 50, because I think I saw Lou Gehrig hit like 51 one season. Oh, no, Babe Ruth hit 64. Okay. Larry Doby's still 12th, and hitting 40 home runs is still very rare. Only 3 players have done it. 1 player did it 4 times. So yeah, this was a very good season. And the thing is none of our players look like they might be ready for a dive. Maybe Ted Williams, because he's already getting fairly old. But damn. Pitching staff. We can look at that. Fred Hutchinson had an amazing season of his own. So that's it, Swanson and Hubert. Bob Feller settled in very nicely to his role as a relief pitcher. Led the league in games pitched, led the league in saves, still got plenty of strikeouts. And I think that would have been enough to pass what's-his-face for 3rd all-time on the strikeout leaderboard. I did know that. Yep, he passed Tim Keefe. He probably won't pass Cy Young unless he ends up in the rotation again. Or he pitches for like another 10 years, which he might. Because he only needs to get like 50 strikeouts a year and he'd add another 500. Which wouldn't be enough to pass Walter Johnson, but would be enough to pass Cy Young. This was such a good season. Yeah, Hutchinson did indeed win a Cy Young, as he deserved to. Okay, so let's look. Gold Gloves in the AL. We had none, except for Hutchinson. Best AL reliever, Bob Feller. Really no contestant there. Silver Sluggers, Fred Hutchinson was also a great hitter. Okay. Doby, Boudreau, Williams, and Sauer. We didn't have really much of a chance there. Smith didn't play enough. I won my 3rd AL Manager of the Year. Hutchinson, Cy Young. Swanson was 2nd. A clean sweep. Doby, Williams, and Sauer were top 3. Very nice. It's hard to argue that season could have gone much better, even with losing Sauer and Williams at the end of the season. Damn. It was an amazing season. The scary part is there's no reason Doby couldn't do it again. He's just that good. He is that good. Actually, in our universe, I think George Sisler was better than Ty Cobb. But you know what? I'm not going to begrudge Ty Cobb that, since he's been dead for almost 100 years. Even though he was an asshole. Hoot Evers. No one names their kid Hoot anymore. That might be something to consider if you have a child on the way. Think about naming them Hoot. But, names were very different back in those days. Like how 2/3 of all baseball players were named Lefty. Just one of those things. Just one of those things. Here comes the minor league database. Cool. We had the top 3 guys in wins. This was just... everything that could have gone right this season went right. And I'm somewhat concerned that we won't have this... The thing is, though, even if we're, lost 20 more games, we still would have made the World Series. Yep, we took it from 54-99 to only drawing 300. It was so good. So good. We do have a bit of a crisis, though, and that crisis is Willie Mays. And we'll need to think very long and hard next week. Given how well this franchise has been going, I'm very inclined to maybe just continue with it in 19. I'm curious to see what you guys think, though. And I think what I'll do is I'll put up a Twitter poll this coming weekend, and you guys will get a chance to vote on what comes next. I think it'll be an interesting decision to make, for sure. 2 words, monkey umpires. That sounds like it would be great, but what would happen is one would get hit in the face with a baseball and it would kill it. And then you'd have PETA, you'd have dead monkeys. It would just be a bad time for everyone, especially the monkey. But, okay, 30 homers for Sauer and Doby. Pretty good. Sauer's got to be close to 300 homers in his career. Ooh, Hall of Fame. Let's do that real quick. Dale Alexander. I'll keep putting him on my ballot, but I very much doubt he'll ever get voted in. Woody English? Yes, please. Larry French. Look at that career WAR. Very much a peak type pitcher. I will happily vote for my man Larry French. Then maybe Bob Osborne doesn't really do it for me. I'm fine with this ballot. I hope Larry French is a first ballot guy, but he might not be. Be our first pitcher in our history. It was 5 St. Louis Browns in the Hall of Fame. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, Hank Bauer, you wish you could be as cool as Hank Sauer. Maybe they're actually the same guy. It's just they love playing baseball so much, he plays on 2 teams. Where did Hank Bauer go? Oh, hi, Hank Sauer. Hello. Maybe not. Maybe not. The scary thing was, as amazing as Larry Doby was, Fred Hutchinson was technically better as a pitcher. That's what's really scary. Because he led the league in strikeouts and struck him. Oh, sorry, we're going to check and see how many homers that Sauer has at this point. I'd predict probably about 300. The thing is, I don't see him getting much more than 400, because I think eventually he's going to top out, and he's just not going to hit home runs anymore. Power typically tends to go quite quickly. So we'll see what happens. Let's check the milestone watch tab. That'll tell us how close people are to certain milestones. We'll have to see, though. George Wilson was third in RBI. Damn. Of course, as I said exhaustively in that one video, RBI are a junk stat anyway. Batting leaders at catcher. Stan Lapata hit 8 triples. Good for you. Career stolen bases. No one that interesting. Wally Moon. Mickey Mantle. There's no way Mickey Mantle isn't the first overall draft pick. Who gets the first overall draft pick this year? That's interesting. Let's check out the milestone watch. Is that in league history? Here it is. Milestone watch. Boudreaux at 2,500 hits next year. Very nice. A couple people at 3,000 next year. Maybe. Home runs. Yeah, Hank Sauer's 29 homers away from 300. Joe DiMaggio's 2 away from 300. Runs. Ted Williams will have scored 1,500 runs as of next year. Sauer will have scored 1,000. And it's a RBI milestone. Who cares? Milestone walks. No one on my team. Milestone stolen bases. No one on my team. How good has Ted Williams been in our version? 336 homers. He's been pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, we're number 6. Oh, the Yankees are going to get Mickey Mantle. I guess that's apropos. Of all the players, of all the teams who could have gotten Mickey Mantle, I'm kind of down with that. It just feels right that the Yankees would get him. I want all players. Bob Friend was a really good pitcher, too. Yeah, this is very much a top of the draft kind of thing. Okay. Is there any way in hell that the Yankees don't take Mantle? No. And then I bet Bob Friend goes to the Athletics. Oh, they take Wally Moon. Okay. Then Friend will go to the Dodgers. Yeah, he will. And then honestly, the rest of it's all kind of about the same, so we can just go ahead and auto draft to our pick. Yeah, we got Bill Verdon, who's not terrible. For a catcher that's actually pretty good. I'm going to take another catcher in the top with a first round draft pick. And I'll go ahead and offer you the slot, Ballant. The slot. And Red Wilson is a little better overall, but I'll just go ahead and just complete the draft. I knew the draft wouldn't be very exciting. It's fine. Damn, though, the Yankees got Mickey Mantle. I know that happened. That was literally just the last season. He might not take this deal. Okay, William Hearst. Really good batting eye, really good gap power. I'll actually sign that. That's such a weird combination that I'll take it. Hugh Hamill. Really good eye, good base stealing, decent outfielder. Okay. These are going to be depth guys. I doubt very much that they'll ever be a big deal. You're just trash. You're trash. And I won't sign anyone else. Maybe Frank Barnes? Yeah, I actually will sign him because I don't think he costs very much. Okay. Let us proceed. So what we'll do is we'll actually end with the beginning of spring training. Because this episode's already run a bit long, and I want to have some time to think about how we want to handle things in the spring. If we go to the outfield of doom this year, or if we wait a year. I want to see how Willie Mays handles spring training. If he handles it well, then there might be something to the outfield of doom with, okay, Lou Berberette wants a major league contract. He wants $11,200. Not $112,000, though. I'm sure he'd take that. I'll give him what he wants. That'll basically mean I have to make him a backup catcher, which is fine. He's not going to start overseas, that's for sure. Okay. He's got a major league deal, so he'll instantly be promoted to the major league roster, which is fine. I don't have a serious problem with that. All right. Come on, mate. $18 broken bows and 7 broken cups. Actually, Johnny Bench should be draftable here in the not-too-distant future. Because he played mostly in the 70s, but also played a fair bit in the 60s, too. Maybe he was 70s and 80s. Maybe I'm a little confused right now. We are rapidly approaching the start of a new season. Ooh, both French and English made it. Nice. $241 wins. Very nice. I'm pretty happy. Very happy indeed that I got 2 of my favorite players from our franchise both got in the Hall of Fame. Because Woody English was nowhere near Hall of Fame worthy in real life, and I don't know who Larry French was. I don't think he ever, as if he played, he didn't play for very long. It's one of the things I like about playing the historical version of OOTP, because you get the chance to change history. So I think we will actually sim through. We will actually go ahead and sim through spring training, and we'll stop on opening day and make all of our lineup decisions then. I really hope we get Willie Mays to break out of his shell a bit, because he would be an amazing addition to this team. Play Williams in right, Sauer in left, and then play Mays in center. That'd be pretty great. That would be pretty great. Okay. We are swiftly moving along. Technically, it should be Tim Kluszewski, but I don't know how he actually pronounced his name. Might have been Kluszewski. But SC is usually a sh sound, so. Batting leaders at first base. None of my guys. Okay, preseason starts. We'll go up to spring training. We will need to have a good hard think about what to do for spring training, who to call up, who to give which positions. The problem is even if we have elite prospects, we don't have room for most of them. I mean, like, pitching in particular, we spent a lot of time acquiring pitching prospects. Like Carl Erskine, and I just don't know where we're going to fit him in. It's a real challenge. And we could package prospects together for an elite veteran, but I don't know what position we really need an elite player at other than catcher. Because Sears has done a fine job. He hasn't been brilliant, but he's been fine. Alright, well, let's quickly review the minor leagues. Sturdivant is getting up there, as is Erskine, as is Burdett. These guys are getting to the point where they're almost forcing the issue. Sturdivant also strikes people out. That's scary. Burdett's still pretty green. It's like one more season on the minors would hurt any of them. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and have you guys build me the lineup. I see you'd move Sauer to first base, have him play first string spring training. That's fine. What matters is he gets his reps in. And then we'll put you back to always start highest rested, because that'll make sure that Hutchinson is the guy who gets most of it. Who's the worst pitcher of this group? Probably Graham. Do I want to bring up a couple of minor league? You know what? Let's actually go and invite Erskine to spring training. And then I'll let you decide how you want to use him. I can make a middle reliever. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Anyone else I want to give an invitation to? Not really. I'm going to go ahead and cut you, mate. You're not very good. And we'll have 3 catchers on the roster. Probably get rid of McNamee. I mean, in terms of defense, they're the same player. But I'll let you actually play in spring training. So, okay. We'll sim through spring training and then we'll make our roster decisions next episode. A trade proposal. Why do you think I'm so desperate for bad outfielders? No. Now, I'm not going to commit to Willie Mays being on the Major League roster to start the season. Because I don't want him to back up. I want him playing every day. Alvin Dark's having a fantastic spring training. Don't tell me you want to trade me a bad outfielder. Yeah, at least Jack Wadsworth plays good defense, though. Elvin Staplefield, huh? I'm going to see if I can get you to throw in something. Like Jim Pearsall. I want ideally a younger player who I can develop. Like a Norm Larker, sure. Would you throw him in? You would not. What if I drop Wadsworth? No. Well, go away then. You really want to give me Jack Wadsworth. He's a pretty big dude. I just don't want to give up Stablefeld. I should be able to give up pretty much anything I want to. You can have Howard Beverly. There we go. Where's Alvin Dark actually playing? I thought you had Hank Sauer starting at first base. I'm going to do something stupid, just not something insane. Oh dear. Not much happening, I know, but it's spring training, and this is more about just getting players some experience and seeing if they can develop a bit. Okay. In a couple of days, it should be opening day. Come on. The sim will also pick up in speed once some of the minor leagues go away. It's just too many minor leagues. Okay. And okay. A Washington made a proposal that's expired because it was probably garbage. Still like Willie Mays as a prospect. It's hard to see why not. It's not hard to see why. Up Nap Reyes. Winthrop Acres. Okay. So we've got some thinking to do, for sure. And I'll do that thinking next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please remember to like and subscribe. Comments are always also appreciated as they help videos become more visible so more people can see them. But until next time, this has been Avindian, and I bid you good day.